We begin tonight with some somber breaking news. Police say they have now found the body of the St. Helens city administrator who fell into the Columbia River 1 week ago today. The body of John Walsh was found just after 5 tonight near the St. Helens city docks, the same place where he was seen falling into the water last Saturday. The city of St. Helens has had a number of remembrance events this week, including a procession earlier today in Walsh's honor. Walsh had been city administrator for 14 years and served on a number of boards. His death shocked both colleagues and those who live in the city.
He ran the city day to day. You know, without John, it's going to be a huge negative to our city right now. And nothing really happened without John, at least getting his hands on it, working it, and doing things to make the community better.
The city of St. Helens says John is remembered most for his dedication and love for his family, his calm demeanor and commitment to his community. And we have an update on breaking news from earlier today. A reckless driver caught on camera blowing through traffic lights, swerving onto the shoulder and running across the interstate. Portland police tonight say they have a suspect in custody, and it appears they stopped them before anyone got hurt. Take a look at how all of this unfolded. It was 4:30 this evening when we got a glimpse of police officers going after a driver on Columbia Boulevard in Northeast Portland. They say he eluded a traffic stop at a very high speed and was driving recklessly. You'll soon see evidence of that. A different view shows the suspect in a white car coming around a corner and running right into spike strips put out by officers moments before. The car appears to hit the strip, but keeps going for a while. The driver is caught swerving around traffic stopped at a red light before he drives onto I-205. Once on the interstate, you can see him passing cars on the shoulder as multiple police vehicles work their way down the busy interstate to catch him. It seems the damage from the spike strips caught up with him too. Seconds later, the suspect stopped on northbound I-205 near Airport Way, bailed out of the car, jumped over the concrete divider, and ran off the interstate, with officers chasing him through the grass. As Portland officers and Port of Portland police worked to catch him, traffic came to a near standstill on I-205, with delays that stretched on for a few hours. And police tonight say they detained 2 people that ran from the vehicle, and they're working to sort out which one was the driver and what charges they'll face. New at 11, rescue swimmers rushed to save a woman from the Columbia River near Vancouver. This is video from Vancouver Fire as the swimmers reached the victim, who was floating unresponsive in the river west of the waterfront around 3 this afternoon. The swimmers got her onto a boat and to shore, where she was taken to the hospital. No word on her condition. Firefighters want to remind anyone heading out onto the waters to always wear a life jacket and to make sure you're familiar with conditions like the water temperature and the strength of the currents. Well, that warning so important as more people will be hitting the water as things warm up. This is a live look now from the Vancouver waterfront sky camera tonight. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri has a look at the weather impact alert for some hot weather ahead. Joe?
Yeah, we're going with the weather impact alert for Monday and Tuesday for the second weekend in a row. We're going to be looking at some very hot conditions for Monday and Tuesday of next week. Highs jumping up into the mid to the upper 90s, although some models are showing it's going to be closer to 90 degrees, maybe a little bit warmer than that for both days. But regardless, it's still going to be very hot. Fire danger will be high. We also will have that heat advisory that takes effect on Monday morning, stays in effect until Tuesday night. Again, temperature is anywhere from about 92 to 97 degrees. Try to limit yourself outside if you can. You don't want to run into any heat exhaustion, and make sure you are getting yourself plenty to drink over the next couple of days. Tomorrow for Father's Day will be a little bit warmer from what we saw earlier this afternoon. Here's a look at that heat advisory that will be taking effect here in just the next couple of days or so. Stretches up and down the I-5 corridor throughout southwest Washington and into the Columbia River Gorge as well. Highs this afternoon were on average for this time of year. 76 at the Portland International Airport. It was just as hot outside our studios here in the Goose Hollow neighborhood of southwest Portland, and over in McMinnville and Aurora, temperatures were in the mid-70s. Very pleasant along the Oregon coast, and currently we're seeing a temperature right now in downtown Portland of 59 degrees with clear skies. Now tomorrow is going to be warm, and then we really see our temperatures jump up, but I'm also tracking some big changes heading into the later part of this upcoming week. All the details on that coming up.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. Developing right now, Gresham police need your help finding this missing 13-year-old. They say Mila Garza was last seen near Southeast 2nd and Powell Boulevard yesterday evening. Her family says she was with friends but is not familiar with that area. She's from Milwaukee. And in the past 2 hours, we got an update on an overnight crash into a TriMet parking lot. Police believed a 19-year-old driver was drunk when he took the Powell exit off I-205 too quickly, hit a light pole, then a tree, then plowed through a fence surrounding the TriMet property and rolled into an unoccupied bus. This was all around 2 a.m. A 15-year-old was also in the car. Both of the teens are in the hospital, but thanks to efforts from first responders on scene, they're expected to survive. The driver was cited for DUI and reckless driving. Developing tonight, police in the Marion County town of Hubbard are trying to catch a driver who crashed into a new playground. As you can see, the car ran through the fence that surrounds the structure at Ravennes Park. It happened around 11 last night. Officers are hoping someone saw something or has surveillance video that might show the suspects. Well, the Juneteenth holiday, marking the moment all enslaved people in the U.S. found out they were free, was officially observed yesterday, but many celebrated today. In Northeast Portland, that included a parade and festival. Libby Dowsett has the highlights.
A lot of enthusiasm for Portland's Clara People's Freedom Trail Parade.
We're just gonna have fun, we're gonna cheer, we're gonna be loud.
The Steelers just one in a growing stretch of entries every year at the parade.
It's a celebration of community and our blackness and freedom, and it's just a great family reunion. Oh my goodness!
Lots of familiar faces. The unofficial mayor of Albina, Paul Knowles Sr., surrounded by fans.
95 and ain't taking no time.
Spectator Tom Larkin excited to share this event with his daughter.
Exposure, it's part of the community. See, all parts of the community.
Happy Juneteenth! We respect each other, is that right? Yes, sir! We're training to be men, is that right? Yes, sir!
Everything that's going on, that is kind of trying to diminish us, but we're resilient and we're going to keep fighting and let our voices be heard and make sure we know that we're going to celebrate our freedom.
Janelle Jack's grandmother, Clara Peoples, started the Juneteenth Oregon celebration in Portland more than 50 years ago. And she says Peoples dreamed of this being held at Waterfront Park. But the new generation is liking it right here in Northeast.
I'm kind of on the cliffs about it because I think it's being in the community, and that's where we need to be, in the community where it all started at.
It's not stopping people from all around the area from coming together to celebrate Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day.
I really love how diverse it is, and I just wanted to come to this, and I told my mom, why don't we just go? And she was like, okay.
A celebration living up to people's dream.
If she was still here, she would be proud.
In Northeast Portland, Libby Dowsett, KGW News.
Well, if you're thinking of heading to Sauvie Island as the weather heats up, be aware a new permitting program kicked in this week. You now have to buy a beach parking permit to visit beaches every summer weekend and holidays. The Department of Fish and Wildlife established the program after years of summer traffic congestion and illegal parking created safety concerns that make it difficult for emergency crews to get through. Daily permits now cost $10. The agency recommends buying them online before you go, as they can often sell out on busy weekends.